สวัสดีครับ
Good morning, everyone. I am Sunan Pawanratjan.
I'm Narupon Jantrakun Siri. Welcome to Meditation for Peace every Sunday morning on the DMC channel at 4 a.m. Thailand time.
Our show has come to its fourth year. Can you believe it?
So fast.
You must be wondering where the inspiration and motivation to produce this TV program comes from. Why should we put so much effort into informing all the people around the world? Well, this show energy comes from a very special man.
This extraordinary person had immense insight and great visions, which have led him to dedicating his life to bringing about the world peace through his universal love for all beings. In order to understand him more, we must look briefly into his background.
Yes. Currently, he goes by the name of the Most Venerable Pratrat Pawanavisuddh or Lumpha Thammashayo, although this was not always the case. You may find his name difficult to pronounce and even more difficult to remember, but if you were ever in his presence, he will leave you with a memorable impression because of the supreme quality of his mind, which he has attained following many decades of meditation.
August 27th is his 40th anniversary as a monk. We will take this opportunity to rejoice in his unsurpassable merit once again. Before we delve into this man's interesting background, we must first take some time for meditation. Please get comfortable, close your eyes, relax, and follow his soothing voice to your inner peace and happiness.
And we'll see you after this.
Yes.
ตั้งใจหลับตาเจริญสมาธิภาวนากันจ้าหลับตาเบาๆพอสบายหลับตาเบาๆพอสบายหลับตาคลอดลูกพอสบายคล้ายๆกับตอนที่เราใกล้จะหลับอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะแล้วก็ทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แจ่มชื่นให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้ว่างๆไม่ผูกพันกับอะไรทั้งสิ้นไม่ว่าจะเป็นคนเป็นสัตว์เป็นสิ่งของเป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตหรือไม่มีชีวิตก็ตามนะเราปลดเราปล่อยเราวางให้หมดเพราะว่าสิ่งทั้งหลายทั้งปวงนั้นเกิดขึ้นตั้งอยู่แล้วก็ดับไปทุกสิ่งไปสู่จุดสลายทั้งสิ้นจะเป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตหรือว่าไม่มีชีวิตก็ตามล้วนไปสู่จุดสลายทั้งสิ้นต้องผุต้องพังหมดแม้แต่ร่างกายของเราเนี่ยก็เป็นอยู่ชั่วคราวไม่ช้าก็ต้องไปสู่จุดสลายเหมือนกันเรามีชีวิตก็เพื่อมาทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งมาแสวงบุญมาสร้างบารมีเท่านั้นแล้วก็มีเวลาจำกัดในโลกมนุษย์นี้ ที่เราจะต้องแสวงหา นทางพระนิพพานหรือทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งก็เพื่อจะสลัดตนให้พ้นจากกองทุกข์เพราะชีวิตในสังสารวัฏเนี่ยมันมีแต่ความทุกข์และอันตรายเนื่องจากว่าเรายังตกอยู่ในอำนาจของกิเลสของอาสวะความโลภความโกรธความหลงซึ่งกิเลส3 ตระกูลนี้นะมันจะบังคับให้เราคิดพูดทำในสิ่งที่ไม่ดีแล้วก็จะมีวิบากกรรมที่เป็นทุกข์ในอบายในมหานรกในอุสธนรกในยมโลกในภพแห่งเปรตอสุรกายและกษัตริย์เดรัจฉานจนกระทั่งมาเกิดเป็นมนุษย์ก็มีอุปสรรคของชีวิตมีอุปสรรคของชีวิตนานับประการทีเดียวตั้งแต่มีความเจ็บความตายความแก่ความชราความพลัดพรากจากของที่รักประสบในสิ่งที่ไม่เป็นที่รักปรารถนาอะไรก็ไม่ได้ดังใจเราเป็นต้นเพราะฉะนั้นเราจึงจำเป็นจะต้องทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งมันมีทางเดียวเท่านั้นแหละที่เราจะต้องเลือกเดินทางเพื่อความรอดของชีวิตความรอดความปลอดภัยและก็มีชัยชนะเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็ต้องปลดต้องปล่อยต้องวางทำใจให้มันว่างๆไม่ผูกพันเกี่ยวข้องอะไรกันเลยเราก็ต้องรักตัวของเราเองแต่ไม่จะเห็นแก่ตัวรักตัวก็คือการขนขวายที่จะทำตัวเราให้พ้นจากกิเลสจากอาสวะและก็แสวงหาหนทางพระนิพพานซึ่งเราได้ศึกษาเรียนรู้มาแล้วว่าทางไปสู่นิพพานนั้นนะต้องเริ่มจากกลางกายของเราต้องเริ่มจากที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7ซึ่งอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราในระดับที่เหนือจากสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือเพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้เราก็ต้องทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แจ่มชื่นให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสเราก็มาสมมุติว่าร่างกายของเรานะปราศจากอวัยวะภายในสมมติว่ามันไม่มีปอดตับม้ามไตหัวใจเป็นต้นให้เป็นปล่องเป็นช่องเป็นโพรงเป็นที่โล่งๆว่างๆกลวงภายในคล้ายๆมันเป็นท่อแก้วใสๆเป็นปล่องเป็นช่องเป็นโพรงเป็นที่โล่งๆว่างๆกลวงภายในคล้ายท่อแก้วท่อเพชรใสหรือคล้ายกับลูกโป่งที่เราเป่าลมอัดลมเข้าไปกลวงภายในคราวนี้เราก็เอาใจของเราเนี่ยมาหยุดนิ่งๆอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7ซึ่งอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราในระดับที่เหนือจากสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือหรือจะเราจำง่ายๆว่าอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราเอาง่ายๆแต่ต้องทำความรู้จักว่าฐานที่7เนี่ยมันอยู่ที่ตรงนี้ เหนือสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือกลางท้องแต่ในแง่ปฏิบัติจริงๆเราก็ไม่ต้องกังวลเกินไปให้ใจกลับมาอยู่ในตัวแล้วก็หาหลักของใจเพื่อจะผูกพันใจเอาไว้ให้อยู่บริเวณศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7เราก็ต้องกำหนดบริกรรมนิมิตขึ้นมาในใจคือสร้างมโนภาพบัดในกลางท้องของเรานั่นนะมีดวงแก้วใสๆกลมรอบตัวเหมือนดวงแก้วขยสิทธิ์ขนาดใหญ่เล็กก็แล้วแต่ใจของเราชอบที่ใสเหมือนกับเพชรที่เจรไนแล้วไม่มีตำหนิเลยใสบริสุทธิ์อยู่กลางท้องหรือจะนึกเป็นพระแก้วใสๆให้ท่านนั่งเจริญสมาธิภาวนาหันหน้าออกไปทางเดียวกับตัวของเราในกลางท้องก็ได้เอาอย่างใดอย่างหนึ่งใน2 อย่างนี้นะจ๊ะใจของเราชอบอย่างไหนเราก็เอาอย่างนั้นเป็นบริกรรมนิมิตเป็นที่ยึดที่เกาะของใจเราแต่การนึกภาพทางใจนั้นต้องใจเย็นๆค่อยๆนึกคล้ายๆกับเรานึกถึงสิ่งที่เราคุ้นเคยคล้ายๆเรานึกถึงภาพดวงอาทิตย์ดวงจันทร์ดวงดาวเพชรสักเม็ดหนึ่งหรือน้ำค้างที่ปลายยอดหญ้าหรืออะไรที่นอกเหนือจากนี้ให้นึกคล้ายๆอย่างนั้นนึกธรรมดาสิ่งใดที่เราคุ้นเคยแล้วก็นึกได้ง่ายแล้วก็นึกได้ชัดกว่าสิ่งที่ไม่คุ้นเคยเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็มาสำรวจตรวจตาดูเราจะนึกระหว่างดวงแก้วกับองค์พระใสๆอย่างใดอย่างหนึ่งนั้นเรานึกอย่างไหนง่ายกว่ากันแล้วรู้สึกสบายในการนึกเราก็เอาอย่างนั้นนะจ๊ะขนาดไหนก็แล้วแต่ใจเราชอบอย่างเล็กก็นึกเล็กชอบปานกลางก็นึกขนาดปานกลางชอบอย่างใหญ่ก็นึกเอาไม่ชัดเจนก็ไม่เป็นไรชัดแค่ไหนก็เอาแค่นั้นไปก่อนอย่าไปใจร้อนไปเค้นภาพจนกระทั่งปวดลูกในตาอย่างนั้นไม่ถูกวิธีนะจ๊ะนึกไม่ได้ก็ไม่เป็นไรอีกเหมือนกันใกล้วางใจนิ่งๆนุ่มๆเบาๆสบายๆอย่างนี้ก็ได้เพราะวัตถุประสงค์เราต้องการดึงใจของเราให้หลุดพ้นจากความสับสนวุ่นวายหรือสิ่งที่เราไปผูกพันไว้ให้กลับมาอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราจนกระทั่งอยู่นานๆแล้วก็หยุดนิ่งในสนิทเราต้องการความหยุดนิ่งของใจเท่านั้นไม่ว่าเราจะนึกเป็นภาพหรือเราไม่นึกเป็นภาพก็ใช้ได้ทั้งนั้นขอให้ใจเนี่ยมาอยู่ในกลางท้องแล้วหยุดนิ่งสนิทเหมือนติดกาวชั้นดีไว้ที่กลางกาย นี่คือวัตถุประสงค์เพราะหยุดเป็นตัวสำเร็จมันต้องนิ่งมันถึงจะมั่นคงมีเสถียรภาพใจมันต้องนิ่งๆนุ่มๆสบายนี่คือวัตถุประสงค์นะจ๊ะคือต้องการให้ใจนิ่งใจหยุดเพราะฉะนั้นเราเลือกเอาระหว่างนึกเป็นภาพกับไม่นึกภาพถนัดอย่างไหนก็เอาอย่างนั้นหรือนึกเป็นภาพจะเอาภาพไหนดวงใสๆหรือพระแก้วใสๆก็ได้แล้วแต่ว่าเราชอบเราถนัดเราคุ้นเคยนะจ๊ะแต่ต้องนึกอย่างสบายๆแล้วก็ผ่อนคลายเพราะวัตถุประสงค์ต้องการให้ใจมาหยุดมานิ่งๆอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7เพราะหยุดเป็นตัวสำเร็จที่จะทำให้เราได้พบต้นทางสายกลางภายในเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็จะเป็นมนุษย์มหัศจรรย์เมื่อใจเราหยุดนิ่งสนิทติดตรงกลางกายเห็นดวงใสๆเห็นพระใสๆเห็นแสงสว่างภายในนะจ๊ะเวลาที่เหลือต่อจากนี้ไปอากาศกำลังเป็นใจกำลังสดชื่นเบิกบานให้ลูกทุกคนหยุดใจนิ่งนุ่มละมุนละไมกันต่อไปให้ลูกทุกคนสมหวังดังใจในการเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัวทุกคนนะจ๊ะต่างคนต่างทำกันไปเงียบๆ
This noble and virtuous man was born to the name of Chayabun Sutipon on Saturday, April 22, 1944. He grew up in a small riverside house in the district of Phromburi, Singburi province.
His father, Janyong Sutipon, was an engineer who worked for the Ministry of Industry. Because his father was relocated a lot due to his employment, the young Chayabun was sent to study at a boarding school. The owner of the school, who was Shalas and of royal blood, recognized the special qualities in his new student and treated him as if he were a son.
Chayabun would accompany the owner of the school to the Srapatum Palace, where he became familiar with the custom of royalty. It also brought him into contact with monks on a regular basis. This is when young Chayabun became interested in studying Buddhist teachings.
Young Chayabun was eager to learn, unlike other teenagers of his age who only wanted to have fun all day long. He would usually be found in t-shirt and shorts reading books from various book stands. He found a special interest in books relating to Dhamma, or in other words, Buddhist teachings, which he would read over and over again. The more he read, the more he refined his thoughts, so that he could better understand the sufferings of the world. Even biographies of important people, he would read repeatedly so that he could accurately memorize all their names and contributions.
This prompted question in his mind: why were we born? What is the purpose of life? These questions would normally be considered too deep for someone of his age. He wrote down these profound thoughts in a journal at the age of 13. If I were to pursue secular interests, I would want to attain the highest objective. If I were to pursue religious interests, I would like to reach the utmost Dhamma and disseminate Buddhism to the world.
During his school days, as his knowledge of Dhamma grew, he and his friend established the Buddhist Youth Society, He continued to seek out Tama lectures to attend, even though they were very far away and difficult to get to. Then one day he came across a book titled Tamakaya. The book was written in the format of a sermon by the great teacher Prat Mongkol Thepmuni Sot Jantasaro, the abbot of Paknam Temple. There was one particular quote: "If one wants to follow in the right path of Buddhism, one has to practice until one gains comprehension and understanding."
Yes. We will take a break with the interview with Susan Jeffrey, and we will be back with more on the abort.
People. One that was 17 actually, but she's Thai, and the other was 20. He's from Brazil. Everybody else was 23 to 28, and then the peace coaches went up to, well, we had 33, and then we had one who's 63. So
unlimited age for the peace coach.
Yeah, those are peace coaches, and peace coaches, of course, can be any age, so which is great. So maybe I'll be a peace coach next time around. But
you think because of the young generation, because for us, right, how many years we're gonna have to say goodbye soon, right? And that's probably the young age they will grow and they will lead the country, lead the world, right?
Absolutely.
Is that the reason?
Absolutely, absolutely. They are the change agents, and one by one, I'm convinced that they will change the world. And I'm convinced they'll do it through meditation.
And when they go back to their own country, anything else that they have to, like, they should follow? And
no, the only expectation was to try the meditation, to do the meditation. That was the expectation for themselves, that they had a positive experience. And if they have a positive experience, to share it with other people. Those are the only things that we wanted them to come away with. We have no, we're not expecting them to, lead meditation groups or go out, but I said, well, let's just have them have a card. So we developed these little cards, and so we said, well, do you want inner peace? All we have to say is, here, take one of my cards, and they can log on to Peace Revolution 2010 and explore it for themselves. So each one of the participants got a bunch of these cards and say, here, just pass them around. If you feel like you're shy about talking about things, then just give them a card and let them do it themselves. Okay. And so I think that helped them to feel more comfortable with the project, and we really just want them to meditate, because as I say, we're convinced that through their own meditation that they'll be able to change themselves and then change those around them, parents, their family, their friends, everybody around them will be affected by that change.
How do you see yourself in this role?
Oh, I don't. I just want them to be happy with who they are, and be able to talk to them about it, be able to encourage them to do it. I believe in the project. I believe that if we focus on the project and have a really good staff that will encourage this to happen, that it will happen. And I don't know what my role is, but I'll be happy to encourage other people to do it. That's all.
And how do you rate this success? How do you rate the successful of this project? But this is the first one, right?
It is the first one. It's a pilot project. We have done many evaluations. Every one of the participants evaluates the program, the seminars, the experiences that they've had. We are collecting those. We're compiling all the information that we can, and we'll then continue with the project with a strategic plan for the next year. And organization has to be spot on, as they say, because we hope that there'll be many more people, hundreds of people that will come next year. So
next year, it's been once a year they'll organize the trip for them to come.
Yes, yeah. Yes. in February, around the same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, the meditation retreats were, we did a middle way retreat, and then we did another one at Wat Kulom.
Okay.
And those particular retreats were beautifully organized and very helpful for the participants, because what they did was at the end take it back to basic meditation techniques and explore this idea of being calm and relaxing, and I think that helped them at the end. We did walking meditation, we did meditation in the Wat, we did meditation in meditation hall. So we took them into different environments so that they didn't feel like, okay, I have to be in a Wat with all these different people around me in order to meditate well. I can go out and I can do this anywhere that I am. I can feel comfortable in meditating. And you know, one of our homework assignments was to do 1 minute of meditation every hour. And so, but we tried to say, okay, we can meditate 24 hours a day, you know, if we just keep our center. So I think that particular part of it was just wonderfully done.
And
so,
how they seem to be happy with the projects?
I think that they were very happy. They were happy initially to meet all the other people from around the world that would be interested in the same thing. Even though, I mean, we did all speak English. We didn't speak Thai, we didn't speak Swahili, we didn't speak Portuguese, but we did speak English together, and so they were happy to come together to meet all the different people that were involved, with the coaches, with the staff, and then to have a common purpose. And that was very encouraging to see that there were, and as I said, they're talented, dynamic, enthusiastic young people. So
I think they are happy to know that we're talking the same language,
yes,
right?
Yes.
The peace language.
Yeah, peace language. Yes, indeed.
What's peace language? When you can explain. Your peace language is just close your eye and just focus to the center.
Yeah, that's what it is, and we use I guess we use different terminologies to mean the same thing. And Thai people will use something, you know, whether it's sabai or whatever what it is, you know. But I think if we all have this commonality, the meditation commonality, that we are all speaking the same languages, regardless of our religion, regardless of our culture or ethnicity, that we all have this commonality and we can speak the same language through that. Yes.
And one more question. Do you find any change in yourself after joining the community of the Dhamma?
Yeah, I have lots of stories I could tell you, which I won't. But
maybe a short one. Share a short one. We're interested to know about that.
I can say that I had some bad habits.
Do you?
Which stopped completely when I started meditating, and it was so easy to do that. It was so easy to stop my bad habits when I was meditating and refocusing. And what I did was meditated in the morning. I got up, I went to work, tried to always center myself. When I'll tell you really try to be short here. Because of my occupation, I have many students with many problems always coming into my office. And so many times I'm just like crazy, right, with problems and serious problems, whether it's parental problems, death in the family, suicide, you know, all different kinds of problems. And so I would stop and close my eyes and just go like this, right? And try and always center myself. And then in relaxing and doing just that simple thing, to refocus myself, I could go out and deal with all the problems that were presented. And I really tried to be calm, or I think in that sense I was more helpful to the students as well. So I was very happy.
Okay, and how do you find, because you were close to art to focus before you deal with the problems, so how do you feel after, like, okay, when you deal with the problem, you say, yeah, this is the right one, or you just like, you're confident with the advice you give to them after being meditating?
Good question. Somebody once told me that I kind of tend to over-explain. You know, somebody would come with a problem and I want to just solve their problem for them. But in reality, I just have to really listen to them and then address. In looking more in my center, I can then respond to them in a better way, so that I'm really listening to them and trying to focus on what their problem is, rather than just what I want to say to them. So I think that I have been able to focus more, to listen better. As an older person, as a coach, I could say to the people out there that your listening skills really improve with meditation. And what you then do is you address the real issue that they're asking for. You know, you're really being able to, they come in with young people have so many problems, you know, whether it's, you know, they're being forced into activities that they don't want, or whatever it is, you know, and this is throughout the world, that they have all these issues. And so what you need to do is just listen to the problem, and meditation really helps that, in listening and in being able to then say, you know, you're okay, and I can help. You know, I feel like this is what your problem is, this is what you're dealing with, and I think that you can help better.
Well, that's a great thing to learn from you, y'all.
Yeah, I think that the older people, the real challenge for the older generation, you know, people who are 30s and 40s and 50s and onward, is to really listen to what young people are saying and help them explore the best way to answer the problems. And I think that will be helped through meditation. For both younger people and older people. No one is too young or too old to meditate.
And you think that by doing that, meditate before you give them advice or any comments in what the problems they have, just what happened to them, they listen more and they agree on things, on the advice that you give to them?
At least they know that you're listening.
Okay.
At least they know that you care about their problem, and that you can respond appropriately to, you know, you're not going to tell them, oh, you've got to do this and you got to do this. And a lot of times parents tend to do that, you know, they tend to say, oh, you've got to, you know, do it this way. But if you really, even as a parent, if you carefully listen to what they're saying, you can then say, I understand, I love you, and this is what I think, you know, my advice would be to you. And then young people will come away from that saying, at least I have somebody who understands who I am. And in doing that, then they tend to listen to you when you say, you know, you ought to meditate more. So I think that then, you know, it's a two-way. You know, it's you're talking to them, they're talking to you, and then they become more free to talk to you. Then you become more free to talk to them, and you form a relationship and a friendship that is long-lasting and worthwhile. Yeah, so meditation helps all that.
Meditation helps all that.
All of that.
Okay. Anything else you would like to share with everybody who watched the DMC?
World peace through inner peace. Meditate. Somebody, you know, when I say, oh, I have a question about this or this, if you meditate, you'll find out the answer. So, if you meditate, you will find the answer.
If you not meditate, you might be able to find the answer, but probably not a right answer.
Probably not the right answer.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing your wonderful life story
You're welcome.
To us,
Thank you.
and it's a very
My pleasure.
pleasure to have you
Thank
in
you.
this program.
Thank you very
Bro,
much.
and you are the one of the good example, the
Wow.
one that many should follow, and we can learn a
you.
lot from you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
for
You're
your
welcome. Thank you.
effort that you put in this to make world peace to be reality.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Welcome back. Today we bring up the autobiography of Luang Por Thamaschayo, which is our topic of discussion for the special occasion of his 40th anniversary as a monk on the 27th of August, known as Thamachai Day. Peanut, can you tell our viewers what happened after Luang Por Thamaschayo came across the book called Thamakai of the great master Luang Por Wat Pak Nan?
Yes. Later he read the article that spoke about the advances in meditation of a nun by the name of Kun Yai, who was considered an expert in the practice of Thamakaya meditation. She was also a disciple of Luang Por Wat Pak Nan. Meeting with Kun Yai did not prove to be the essence of task, but eventually Chayabun's perseverance paid off and the two finally met. He found her to be a small woman of ordinary appearance, but also firm, strong, and brimming with kindness. Although she was not educated or literate, she could provide profound answers to deep Dhamma questions.
From this point on, Chayabun felt confident that he had the right teacher, and the knowledge that he received from this simple nun enabled him to address and settle everything he once questioned. This also inspired him in his mission to spread the peace he had found and the method of finding this peace throughout the world. I hope that this introduction helps our viewers get to know Luang Por Thamaschayo much better. Before we move on, let's take a break to listen to the Dhamma lectures given by Venerable Nicholas Thanisaro, and see you after this.
The thing about the good deeds which the Buddha did is that he cultivated them in a way which they became so habitual for him that they became ingrained in his very being. Sometimes we talk about doing merits like giving a donation, keeping our precepts now and then, doing a bit of meditation. But if we do these things regularly, they start to become part of us. And they change from something which we call merely merit into something we call perfections. And for the Buddha, he pursued perfections in 3 different phases. It's a different subject from what I intend to talk about, but in the beginning, he didn't dare to tell anyone else what he was doing. He just did them. He experimented with good deeds, and he tried to do as much of them as he could, because there was no one around to give him any guidance. Maybe people teased him, "Oh, what's the point of giving things away? You could have used that. No, you're foolish." But he tried it, and he found it made his life better. So he gained the confidence that doing these perfections was actually helping him towards enlightenment. So 10 perfections in Theravada Buddhism. Later, as he started to build up a system, he not only did the perfections, but he also encouraged other people to do it too. He talked about what he was doing. He started to teach other people, educate other people, share his wisdom with other people as well. This is the second phase of his pursuing perfections. Only in the final phase of pursuing perfections did he meet up with a previous Buddha, who prophesied for him that he would surely go on to be a Buddha in the future. And from that point onwards, he could pursue perfections with the confidence that no matter what, it wouldn't exceed so many lifetimes, he would manage to become a Buddha himself. So he had that confidence only in the final phase of his pursuit of perfections.
the absorption, you go up to the fourth absorption. But then in the sutras they have the 6, 7, 8 absorption. Does it kind of...
If you, yeah, sometimes they talk about fifth absorptions, sometimes they talk about form absorptions and formless absorptions. Basically, if you're looking at this diagram, you can subdivide each of the levels. So, for example, instead of just talking about form Brahmas, you could divide the fourth jhana into subsections. And then you get many formless Brahmas, formless jhanas. So it's to do with the degree of subtlety of that state. But if you want to give a broad definition of it, then you could say basically it's 4. But you can subdivide those 4 into more, how stable is the state of mind you have achieved. Can you see all the details clearly? Can you become unified with that inner body yet or not? Can you just see it? Or can you become unified with it? Can you be one and the same as that body the whole day long yet or not? So you get divisions of, yes, you attained it, but to what degree did you attain it? So you can subdivide it. Normally when you hear about different levels within absorptions, or even talking about different absorption levels, it is to do with the degree of attainment of that particular state. Yeah.
With consider different methods, and people do get the spheres. So for other people who are meditating a different method, and if they get those spheres, can they still continue the path, or is it a different path?
The paths are only different up to the point where the mind becomes that sphere. Actually, after the sphere, it should all be the same. I refer you to this sutta, the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, and the Buddha talks about something called Ekalyana Magga. It's the first thing he mentions in this teaching here, Ekalyana Magga. There's a single path for the purification of beings. And from what I understand, once you come to the point where those hindrances are overcome, there is only this Ekalyana Magga left, and this is the path by which you are liberated from maras. So it is a pathway inwards, the middle way, and it is ends in nirvana eventually. But on the way, okay, people sometimes they see more or less detail as they pass through the stages. If they didn't see the inner bodies, maybe they only get a feeling as they pass through, in which case they say, oh, now we have piti and sukha, now we have ekagata, now we have the different jhana factors, but maybe they didn't see the body in detail. They just have they can describe the feeling. This is what sometimes happens in the scriptural descriptions. Yes?
The mind in the mind is like metaphysical?
Each of these inner bodies, when we talk about body in the body, it's more maybe it's easier to conceptualize that we have inner bodies as layers. But each body has an independent life of its own. But it's part of you too. And if you say, is it metaphysical? It is to the point that we can come in contact with the emotions and knowledge of each of those minds too. Sometimes, to make it a little bit easier to imagine, sometimes we feel intuition about certain knowledge. For example, we realize that we should really avoid doing this thing. We don't know why, it's a gut feeling maybe, but we know that we must not do this thing. So we avoid doing it. In fact, that knowledge has come from a deeper level. It's come from the mind of an inner body which knows more than your physical body. Culture can help, but culture comes from the outside. It's like we have this, it's innate inside us. But normally we are not in touch with it, that's all. But what we do with meditation is we bring ourselves back in touch with the wisdom of all those bodies, so that we can draw on that wisdom to learn about the reality of life. Culture, it helps to the point that the culture will help to make it easier for you to come in contact with that part of yourself. For example, the cultures of the world, they are different one from another. If you are born in the middle of a jungle in Africa, where the culture is rather primitive, the chances that you would attain these inner bodies would be very difficult, because nothing in the culture is really helping you to go beyond your physical existence. But yet some cultures in the world, they value subtle things, especially in, let's say, Thai society. There are a lot of things to make you aware that human existence is not the only existence. There's more than this. Even in the architecture, even in the mythology, there are tales which go beyond human experience, so that culture may alert people to the fact that there is more than just the physical existence. So it may help, but it's the true culture helps people to have right view. This is the real purpose of culture.
Mind and mind also has some connection with time, so you can see present, future, past.
If you can attain the body of the Buddha inside, it's said that the way the Buddha inside is able to see the world is different from the way human beings see the world. Human beings see only in a very limited way. We can see one direction. We can only see outside ourselves. We can't see on the inside. And we can only see the present time. But once you start to use the inner bodies, the deeper you go, the more liberated they are from these limitations. And from the mind, the eye and the mind of the Buddha are able to see in 360 degrees at once, also past and future, as well as present. So it's a more powerful vision than we have in our physical existence. Deja vu, you could say it's like recollection of previous lives, but in a very precursory state. But if deja vu happens, it may come from, again, information which is coming from mind in the mind of a deeper level of existence in yourself, which is coming through into your present-day consciousness. Same thing may happen in dreams. You can also have a connection, but it's not under your control. What we try to do in meditation is to develop a connection which we have control over, so that we can draw upon this knowledge and use it in a way which we have control over. So I think possibly 9 o'clock was the time you're supposed to, yeah. So shall we finish by doing our short chanting together in homage to the Triple Gem?
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed his wisdom. Now Shana will tell you more about Luang Por Thammachayo's life before his ordination.
Okay. With a determined attitude toward meditation, along with his respect to the teachings of his mentor, Kun Yai, the young Shayabun excelled in his progression when it came to meditation. This pleased Kun Yai greatly. Even the people who had practiced meditation with Kun Yai before acknowledged his proficiency. Hence, Kun Yai was comfortable to let the young Shayabun lead the meditation for patrons and supporters.
And how was he ordained as a monk, Shana?
Well, when Shayabun asked Kun Yai's permission to be ordained as a monk, Kun Yai not only refused his request, but also urged him to finish his degree first. She figured that he needed to be well educated in the world and be a scholar in Dhamma as well, so that he could be beneficial to Buddhism when he got ordained. He can't be dependent only on Buddhism, and he respectfully followed her advice. In the April of 1969, Chayibun graduated with a bachelor's degree in agricultural economics. After receiving his degree, he immediately informed his father of his desire to become ordained for life in Buddhist monkhood, and his father eventually supported his son's aspirations, and he got ordained.
Now we will have a video presentation of merit-making activity. Please stay tuned.
วันธรรมชัยปีนี้ตรงกับวันพฤหัสบดีที่ 27 สิงหาคม วันที่พวกเราทุกคนได้มาร่วมกันเฉลิมฉลองความสำเร็จที่เกิดจากการทำหน้าที่กัลยาณมิตรชวนชายไทยมาบวชในโครงการ 7,000 รูป 7,000 ตำบลทั่วไทยซึ่งประสบความสำเร็จแบบทะลุเป้าเพราะยอดผู้สมัครบวชมีจำนวนมากถึง 10,000 กว่าคนและด้วยเหตุนี้เองคุณครูไม่ใหญ่จึงได้เมตตาเป็นเจ้าภาพเลี้ยงก๋วยเตี๋ยวเรือรสเด็ดที่มีร้านก๋วยเตี๋ยวเรือมาออกร้านเป็นจำนวนกว่า 40 ร้านอีกทั้งยังมีเครื่องดื่มดับกระหายคลายร้อนอีกหลายร้านบรรยากาศบริเวณหอฉันคุณยายในวันนี้จึงอบอุ่นคึกคักแล้วก็สนุกสนานบุญบันเทิงกันสุดๆเรียกได้ว่าใครได้มาวันนี้จะต้องอิ่มอกอิ่มใจอิ่มท้องแล้วก็อิ่มบุญกลับไปอย่างแน่นอน
เรานั่งที่สบายเรื่องนี้ชื่นหัวใจไม่มีใครมาเทียบเปรียบบุญเราได้ถึงหัวใจตามเขาไปด้วยดวงใจมุ่งมั่นสร้างสรรค์ความดีสร้างโลกนี้เป็นโลกใหม่สดใสสว่างเราคือเทพธิดาจุติลงมาจากดุสิตบุรีเทพบุตรคนดีต่างมาสร้างบารมีด้วยหัวใจชื่นบานจะสร้างสวรรค์เกิดพลันบนดินฝันจะเคลื่อนเป็นจริงเมื่อใจเขากลางของกลางเรามาด้วยกันเราทำด้วยกันจะไปด้วยกันเย่เย่เย่เย่เรารักในบุญทุกๆเลยชื่นใจชิงเอ้ยโว้โว้โว้โว้
หลังจากอิ่มอร่อยกันแล้วก็เก็บเกี่ยวบุญกันต่อในพิธีถวายกองทุนยารักษาโรคแด่พระภิกษุและสามเณรอาพาธเนื่องในวาระครบรอบ 40 ปีที่คุณครูไม่ใหญ่ได้ก้าวเข้าสู่ร่มกาสาวพัสซึ่งอานิสงส์ที่เกิดจากการถวายกองทุนยารักษาโรคนี้จะทำให้เป็นผู้ที่ไม่ต้องประสบกับโรคภัยไข้เจ็บเลยแม้แต่น้อยเป็นผู้ที่มีสุขภาพร่างกายแข็งแรงและมีอายุขัยยืนยาว
ใจกันไว้ให้เป็นหนึ่งเดียวไม่นานความฝันนั้นจะเป็นจริงได้เกิดมาแล้วได้พบทางที่ดีและเรามองเห็นและมั่นใจใช่หรือเปล่าว่าเป็นทางนี้ที่มุ่งไปสุดทางเราจะร่วมใจและก้าวไปพร้อมกันสร้างบุญกันไว้มันไว้ไม่ทิ้งกันหัวใจเรานั้นต่างผูกพันอยู่กับบุญจะต่างกันเพียงไหนมากน้อยไม่สำคัญทุ่มกันสุดแรงกำลังบุญเท่านั้นเป็นที่พึ่ง แต่คิดจนวุ่นวายต่างคนต่างใจก็เหมือนไม่มีทางต้องการหมื่นแสนแต่ด้วยใจสบายรวมแรงรวมใจก็คว้าเอามาได้สร้างบุญกันไว้มันไว้ไม่ทิ้งกันหัวใจเรานั้นต่างผูกพันอยู่กับบุญจะต่างกันเพียงไหนมากน้อยไม่สำคัญทุ่มกันสุดแรงกำลังบุญเท่านั้นเป็นที่พึ่งเท่านั้นเท่านั้นเท่านั้นบุญเท่านั้นเป็นที่พึ่งเท่านั้นเท่านั้นเท่านั้นบุญเท่านั้นเป็นที่พึ่งเท่านั้นเท่านั้นเท่านั้นบุญเท่านั้นเป็นที่พึ่ง
ปิดท้ายวันธรรมชัยด้วยการร่วมกันปิดแผ่นทองเสาเข็มต้นแรกอาคาร100 ปีคุณยายอาจารย์มหารัตนอุบาสิกาจันทร์ขนนกยูงผู้ให้กำเนิดวัดพระธรรมกายด้วยแผ่นทองคำบริสุทธิ์
อยู่กันพร้อมหน้ากันตรงนี้ต่างคนก็ต่างกันอยู่กันคนละที่แล้วมาอยู่ตรงนี้ได้อย่างไรเคยถามกันบ้างไหมทำไมเราต้องทำนี่บุญชี้นำเราใช่ไหมและนี่คือคำตอบที่ควรภูมิใจเราคือนักสร้างบารมีเรามาด้วยกันเราจะทำด้วยกันเราจะไปด้วยกันใช่ไหมบุญมาเท่าไรจะสร้างให้สุดใจบุญส่งถึงร่างกายสุดเรามาด้วยกันเราจะทำด้วยกันเราจะไปด้วยกันใช่ไหม
วันธรรมชัยปีนี้จึงนับเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่เหล่าลูกพระธรรมล้านคุณยายทุกคนจะได้ร่วมกันสถาปนาอาคารที่ใช้เป็นศูนย์กลางในการเผยแผ่พระพุทธศาสนาวิชาธรรมกายไปทั่วโลก
บุญส่งถึงกลางกายสุดแห่งธรรม
Longpa Tamashayo expressed his thoughts on ordination. He says, ordaining as a monk is not an easy task. Just simply donning a saffron robe is not enough. One must train oneself to follow the 227 precepts as well as the daily routine of a monk's life in accordance with monastic disciplines. If you wish to attain full fruition from the merit accrued from ordaining, one must be able to be a refuge for Buddhism, not just taking refuge in Buddhism.
His sole purpose in becoming a monk was to spread peace, happiness, and the teaching of the Lord Buddha all over the world. His ordination was a great example that allowed many followers to guide their life by his actions. Please rejoice in this greatest merit together. See you again next week.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ